So here we go. It's been a long, long wait for the Huddersfield Giants. 144 days since they last played. For the Leeds Rhinos, 150 days since they last saw action. So a big game for both. Siamanathanai with the first carry for the Leeds Rhinos. And I've just got a feeling that we could be in for a cracking 80 minutes. I for one, just want to see how the 6 again rule will affect the game.
I totally agree. You look before the great debate, both of these sides were in brilliant form. The way that they started the season, how aggressive they were, the best 2 defensive teams in the competition. A lot of eyes in Super League watching this and watching how both of these will get on. But yeah, both of them, I'm sure Stuart will be here to play.
Luke Gale then, decent opening set for the Leeds Rhinos. Huddersfield, who've been back in training longer than anybody else, 3.5 weeks. The Rhinos have been back for 3 weeks, and here is the fullback, Ashton Golding, of course, on debut finally for the Huddersfield Giants against his former club. Jordan Turner. Harold was into the tackle, wasn't he? But Robert Hicks making sure the Leeds players are back. English looking to try and get the ball out on halfway to Gabay. It is the last. O'Brien, the ball will go to Gaskell on halfway. It's a good kick, but here comes Richie Myler, who before the lockdown was an absolute revelation, wasn't he, at full-back for the Leeds Rhinos. And with Jack Walker still out, Richard Agar said he was one of my first names on the team sheet in that position.
Yeah, unfortunately, Leeds Rhinos have made a mistake here, but yeah, you're right. Training 9 in 6 in 1 man of the match in the full-back position against Warrington.
So what a chance here for the Giants early on. Here is Caesar and Michael Lawrence. First real opportunity of this game. Well, they'll go to the right-hand side. Caesar with a little dummy. Cuts inside. O'Brien, who's been outstanding for the Giants in 2020. 6 to go. Interference at the play the ball. Gaskell looking to go on his own. Gale in there with a tackle along with Alex Noah. But what a bright start this could be for Huddersfield. Golding, 23-year-old who lost his place and lost his way in many ways at the Leeds Rhinos, but has found a new home. And the Giants again with Gaskell. That's a really good kick forward, but is that a really good try? It may well be. Lewis Senior over in the corner. Robin Hinks will take it upstairs, but it was a smart kick, a smart play, and I think a smart try.
I think this is a try, this. Senior, well, he grounds the ball and there's no problem. Onside, offside. Let's have a little look. What's on? Clever, smart attacking kick from Gaskell. There's not a problem here. It's a clean pickup as well from Senior. And Huddersfield have done what no other side has been able to do this year. Leeds Rhinos start games well. They've not conceded a try in the opening 10 minutes. And Senior gets it, bit of a bobble, but he regathers it and scores the try.
Yeah, I think an easy decision for Chris Kendall, the video referee. We'll take another look at it, but it looks like the perfect start for the Huddersfield Giants in what's been a really good season. The lockdown certainly came at the wrong time for them, but they have surprised a lot of people so far this year. And here comes the decision from Chris Kendall. It was always going to be a try, and Robert Hicks confirms it.
And it's a very clever try. In fact, almost undefendable play, isn't it? If the kick's right and his teammates stay onside here, because there's only 3 defenders, 3 attackers. The fullback's out of play. There's no way he can get across to cover that. So as long as Gaskell doesn't hit this ball too hard, he's confident his teammate's going to get there and ground it. He turns well, takes it in, And you know, a lot of people talk about Aidan Season's influence on this Huddersfield side, but Lee Gaskell's improvement year on year is essential if Huddersfield are to become a top 4 team again and make it to the playoffs. A brilliant kick, wonderful start here, puts the Rhinos under pressure to begin with.
And Senior wasn't even playing. Simon Wolford happy originally, but Jermaine McGilvray picking up a back injury. And Lewis Senior taking his opportunity. And here is Caesar now to try and extend Huddersfield's lead. Well, just to the left of the post, but 4-0 to Huddersfield against, as you said, the best defence in Super League. Leeds defensively before the shutdown.
Well, just the way that Gaskell gets the boot to the ball, it's just so clever, that weight on it. You see the Huddersfield fans, well, a couple of them going wild. One of them was just texting somebody, not aware that they were going to get off to a good start. But you know, I reckon you look at Huddersfield and the way that they started the 2020 season, you could tell they'd had a massive off-season. They'd set some goals really high. They didn't want to be down near the bottom end of the table. They wanted to be taken seriously. And again, the way that they've started this game shows how important it is that they've done everything right off the field to get the performances right on the field.
Well, don't forget the Giants only escaped the drop on the very last day of the season. So what a turnaround it has been. And here's Gaskell. That's a lovely kick. Across comes Richie Myler, but again Leeds on the defensive. Myler picking it up close to his own try line. And it has been an incredible turnaround. Brilliant chase from the prop forward Matty English. He was first there.
Well, he's a good player, isn't he, Matty English? He might not be the biggest, but certainly he's got one of the biggest hearts knocking around in Super League. Ash Hanley looks to get involved. He's as big as a back rower, Ash Hanley.
We're going to stop the game, hasn't he, with Myler being injured.
Yeah, head injury.
Taylor, he's going down. He's just copped the knee of, is it Caesar?
I think it was, yes. Let's hope it's not a neck or spinal injury. That's what they were probably immediately concerned about.
Yeah, the original game in February proposed because of Storm Ciara. And both teams, well, all the teams in Super League have had to adapt to a brand new way of training, haven't they, over the last 3 weeks? You're only allowed to train in small designated groups, and then you're allowed 15-minute spells at full contact, and these sessions are all monitored. This is all part of the new way, the new Super League, the new way of working.
And the players have all bought into that, along with the coaching staff, to get the game back underway, to entertain the fans that might not be here in the stadium but watching at home on Sky Sports.
Well, how good's August going to be? We've got 17 games, well, 16 now, haven't we? We've already had one cracker to start with. Brilliant month to get Rugby League back in action here with the sun shining and Leeds here now, moving the ball around.
Good play from Reece Martin coming across from the right-hand side, but on halfway, Gale with the kick, and a tester for Ashton Golding, but takes it really well. And you know, it'll be interesting, won't it, to see how Golding goes on debut against his former side, and then when he comes on, Cruz Leeming will have a big part to play in this match, I'm sure, on debut finally for the Leeds Rhinos. But Jordan Turner, grand final winner, of course, for St Helens way back in 2014, been awarded a testimonial. I think that was all right. Went back, picked up by Kenny Edwards. And halfway, Wardle finds McIntosh. McIntosh, of course, until Golding fit, has been playing at fullback, hasn't he? Gaskell, who's been involved in everything that Huddersfield have done so far. And a tester for Richie Myler, takes it well, under pressure. But Myler has been under pressure with every high ball at the moment. Certainly the Giants are taking it to Leeds. We've seen very little of Leeds with ball in hand.
Well, he gets some height on that, doesn't he, Lee Gaskell? The good kicker that he is. Offside. The referee, Robert Hicks, has said that you were within inside the 10. So this isn't a 6 again rule. So if you're offside, if it's a penalty for a high shot or a ball steal, it's a penalty. Otherwise, if there's an infringement around the ruck, the referee will call a 6 again call.
We're coming up for 8 minutes on the clock, and the first time really that Leeds have had chance to put pressure on the Huddersfield line and see what they can do. Dwyer at dummy half with a strong, powerful run from Ada Siamanafani into the 20. Ball will go across to the left with Gale, and that's a brilliant break, and it could be a terrific try as well. Robert Hicks, is he going to give the try? Well,
I have got no try.
No try, no try. Briscoe out on the far side. We'll have a close look at it for sure.
Well, this is the first real chance that they've had in this game. The sweeping movement from one side of the field to the other. Richie Myler linking up. It's been sent up as a no try by the referee, Robert Hicks. Does he manage to get that ball? Does it touch the white line? I think he's held up there. I like another little look at the first one to see if it actually did.
It's a try saver for me, Terry. Ashton Golding, he's kept it up off the ground. A wonderful effort there from the fullback.
That's brilliant play, that. His last Super League appearance was for Leeds back in July 2018. He spent all of last year more or less at Featherstone.
He's not forgotten how to play. He's not forgotten how to save tries. He stopped the opposing fullback there from getting the first try for Leeds here. In my opinion, anyway, we're here for the big decision.
Well, Myler thought he was every inch a scorer, but what a tackle from his opposite number, Ashton Golding. As you say, saved a certain try, but Leeds will have another crack. The Giants leading 4-0. With coming up for 10 minutes on the clock. Here is Gale now. Inside for Matt Pryor. Matt Pryor, who's been playing loose forward most of the season for Leeds. Little short pass out there for Mellor. Mellor against his former club. Stopped right on the try line. The last one. Gale. It's a really good pick-up, but it's pounced on by Gavet. Just couldn't get the kick away, could he? The pass wasn't the best. Gale did well to actually hold on to the ball. So in the end, Huddersfield survived, leading 4-0. And was that a knock-on? The referee will say it is a knock-on. The mistake from Kenny Edwards. Well, what a chance here for Leeds. Edwards couldn't hang on to the ball, and Leeds now will really turn the screw, I'm sure, but that was a poor mistake from the Giants' second rower for sure.
Well, a lot of experience from Kenny Edwards and Jordan Turner, the man who threw the ball 10 metres from the line.
Well, that came out awkwardly from Myler. The referee will say
it's a knock-on.
It's a knock-on.
Wow. Well, initial reaction, Stuart, I thought it went backwards,
yeah,
did you?
I did too. Let's have another look, but Richie Myler thought it did as well.
You see, just as he's trying to readjust the ball to throw the ball out on the left-hand side, the referee, Robert Hicks, says that that's a knock-on. It does go backwards. You know, some calls go for you, some calls go against you, but Simon Wolford, Richard Agar, both coaches will be disappointed in the last-minute play. Both sides making, well, Huddersfield making a mistake, and then Huddersfield getting a call.
Well, the Leeds fans not happy. Look at Ronnie Rhino. Desperately disappointed. Has every right to be. The ball did go backwards. Huddersfield getting away with one there, and here is Kenny Edwards trying to atone for his earlier mistake. The sun shining on Emerald Headingley as we have Super League back. That's a mistake this time from Gavet, I think, trying to get the ball out on halfway.
You know that's a big defence. Huddersfield, I think, are going to get the ball back.
Trying to get the ball back.
It's a knock-on from Leeds, isn't it? So as it would normally have been a scrum, if you've not watched for a while, obviously Brad Dwyer's hand knocked forward. Instead of a scrum, we'll start again.
You ever watch Garvey? He's always looking for that offload. If there's ribs exposed, you're going to see some Leeds players just get in and hit him. Get under the ball. Richie Myler struggling, the doctor's on. Obviously still feeling the effects of that head knock that he had Then he hit the knee of Aidan Caesar, so he's leaving the field. You see Ash Hanley, the versatile Ash Hanley, go into the fullback position.
Well, this is the incident. So it looked like a stray knee, didn't it, from Aidan Caesar after the tackle was made by Matty English. So no doubt Myler will be off to have a head test. And Ash Hanley has gone to fullback. So problems for Richard Agar, having to adjust. And here's Lawrence again for Huddersfield, approaching 300 games. A one-club man, and what a servant he's been for the Giants. Caesar now, Gaskell out on that far side. And Lee Gaskell has come into his own this year, hasn't he? Caesar and Gaskell were brilliant when the Giants won at St Helens before the lockdown, and they're beginning to form a really, really good partnership. Wood brought down. O'Brien again busy at dummy half. Here is English. He's really impressed the coach, Simon Wolford, Matty English, so far this year. Now Caesar will dab a little kick forward and under pressure. Taken well. Had to be by Hanley, but Caesar and Gaskell pulling a few strings in the early stages.
Yeah, good players, both of them. He's been a revelation, hasn't he? Aidan Caesar, but good positioning at the back from Ash Hanley, the highly skilled, like I say. Let's go, and you look at Reece Martin, he's gone into the centre position, pushed young Harry Newman onto the wing, which covers Ash Hanley, who's gone to full-back, with James Donaldson coming on the field.
Yeah, another six again, restarts as Luke Gale. Gale is away here, has he got support inside him? Brilliant break from Gale. Ball goes out now to that far side, and Hurrell will go for the corner. Conrad Hurrell, has he got the Leeds Rhinos level? It looks like we're going to have another look. But a brilliant fashion try, if it is. Started with a break from Luke Gale. Alex Mellor involved against his former side. And has Conrad Hurrell level this game here at Headingley?
Well, Richard Agar won his halves playing fast, and that's what they certainly did. Get the ball out to this attacking weapon. Conrad Hurrell, he has got the strength, the power to get in for Leeds' his opening try. Not much to play with there, but he is a man mountain, Conrad Hurrell.
And there's the confirmation from Chris Kendall. But I think very few defenders will be able to stop Conrad Hurrell from that far out.
I agree. I mean, that's exactly right. Very few teams could counter-attack as well as Leeds have done it here. Look at the break. First it's Dwyer. Gale gets through in support here, and he can't quite find his teammates alongside him. He doesn't panic, and Mellor, who's probably going to prove to be one of Leeds' best buys for the next decade or so, finds that link to put Hurrell just about in the corner. Brian Carney said he's such a character. Leeds have been brilliant this year at scoring tries in an entertaining manner, and none better than this here. Long-range effort, good support play, and power and bravery in the corner as he crashes in just side that flag.
Yeah, joy for the Leeds Rhinos fans, and here is Reece Martin. And his goal kicking has been a huge difference for Leeds over the last year or so. Off the touchline. Well, that looks like it's an absolute beauty, and it is, and Leeds hit the front.
You're right, before lockdown he was the best goal kicker in the competition. 85% accuracy, outstanding.
I think you look at the work here from Ash Hanley, the man who's gone to full-back position. Just watch him, his work when he tracks up the mid. Look at the speed from the top left-hand corner of the screen. He comes up, he's there, he's pushing up, he's got the ball now, and he gives the ball out to Conrad Hurrell. Big play from Ash Hanley to spot where that space was coming and get on the end to supply that pass to Conrad Hurrell.
Well, Richard Agar is just glad that Reece Martin is playing, would you believe? Before training yesterday, Reece Martin went out walking his dog. His dog got in a little contretemps with another dog. Reece Martin ended up being bitten. He had to go and have a tetanus injection. He's all fine, but At least he's out there. The dangers of dog walking.
I think it was actually Brad Dwyer's dog that bit him. I think both the dogs were having a bit of a fight, a bit of a set to.
Good info, Terry, good info. 6-4 Leeds ahead, coming up for 15 minutes play, but a mistake from the Rhinos and picked up there by Lewis Senior, the try scorer for Huddersfield.
You've just got to try and hit him with everything you can, and what Huddersfield have got, they've got some strong defenders in the side.
Well, here's Gabay again for the Giants. 6-4 Leeds in front. Really good start from both, showing great commitment when you consider that they've been out of action for so long. Caesar with a lovely pass, great hands there. Golding, but he had support outside him there from Jake Wardle, just couldn't get the ball out.
That is brilliant speed in attack from one side of the ruck to the other from Aidan Caesar, creating problems already.
English again has been involved in most things that Huddersfield have done in the early stages here. Now, space on this left-hand side. Golding does get the ball out, and it's a stroll-in for Darnell McIntosh. Huddersfield goes back in front. McIntosh with his first try for nearly a year.
Well, that's good composure, that, for a Mash Golding, isn't it? You know, he's got players, he's got defenders wedging in, and he spots the space, and Darnell McIntosh just holds his width. You see Gaskell to Golding. He could spot young Harry Newman. He pulls the trigger. He makes the decision to go in and try and close the play down. As soon as he opens that space, Golding spots him, pulls back the ball, and then fires the pass to McIntosh. Nice little clean pass, and the Huddersfield fans now are watching, now are getting excited.
Yeah, would have been at full-back. Darnell McIntosh played all the season at full-back until this today, but the 23-year-old, what a time. First try for 12 months. Just goes to show that the policy that Huddersfield are adopting. To say 23 years of age, McIntosh, but already played 80 games for the Giants, and you look through their lineup, you know, 23, 21, 20, 23, and they really are building a future. Caesar build on the lead, and again just fades across the face of the post, but Huddersfield in front again by 8 points to 6, and what a response after conceding that try to Conrad Hurrell.
Well, the first try was from a kick, but there's a brilliant amount of passing skill here in this one. The timing of the play from the fullback, the standoff, ultimately to the winger. They do look, I know we've not even played for 20 minutes yet, but Huddersfield look like a team who can trouble teams. Really they are. Their attacking ability, the kick, has it almost gone out? Wow, deep into the corner. What a brilliant restart there from Leeds.
Yeah, well taken by Lewis Senior. Impressed with Huddersfield in the early stages. This first 20 minutes, they look really well coached and drilled.
They're all going about the job, aren't they? They've all got a job to do. They stick into that, whether you're a forward or an outside back. I think you said about building for the future. You look at the starting 13 that they've got. 6 of them have come through the system, which is really good. Huddersfield doing a tremendous job.
Catalan players before their flight back to Perpignan watching on. They'll be disappointed. 34 points to 6. Catalan beaten by St Helens in our first game of the restart. Gaskell again.
It was a good player, wasn't it? He was given width. He took the ball, he ran with it first before he drawing up the defenders, and then put the kick in to gain even more ground. He's just got to hope his teammates here now can stick on this man with the ball. It's better, isn't it? Driving him backwards here in defence. Now, if you gain ground when the opposition are in possession, you're doing the right stuff.
3, move, 9, step back. Cans, go 3.
Well, really, really impressive start from both sides. Enjoying this. Hurrell, the try scorer for the Leeds Rhinos. See a man of an eye.
Oh, good. Stolen it, Kenny
That's a ball
Edwards.
steal. That's a really, really good ball steal. You don't see many of those today, but that was excellent from Kenny Edwards. Knew exactly what he was doing as he went into the tackle.
A strong player, isn't he, Kenny Edwards? Like I say, spotted Robert Louis. Wrapped him up, stripped the ball.
Here is Golding, 6 again. That was Ava. See a man of an eye. Richie Myler, I think, has passed his HIA, which is good news for the Leeds Rhinos. He'll be back on shortly, but Leeds here have got some defending to do, and that's a high tackle on Ashton Golding and a penalty for the Huddersfield Giants, who are just beginning to build, I feel, a head of steam here.
Yeah, Matt Pryor just going over the top. Said before about, you look at Ed and Caesar, the speed of which they're attacking the outside backs and causing big men some trouble.
Well, Jordan Turner towards the line. Brian again inside for English. Has he got the power and the strength right in front of those Leeds posts? But here come Huddersfield again. Caesar now, and Gaskell with a long pass. McIntosh from the corner. Has he been able to get the ball down? It looks like he has. It's another Huddersfield try. It's 2 in 5 minutes for the Giants, and it's 2 in 5 minutes for Darnell McIntosh. What a start from the Huddersfield Giants.
He started the game really strongly. From near his own try line, bringing the ball away, he sat Richie Myler down on his backside, carries the ball like a forward. See, Ash Golding goes at the line, Matt Pryor over the top, gives the penalty away. And what Huddersfield have got, they've got some players who know how to attack. Gaskell knows how to attack. He sets up the first try with a kick. And look how delicate this pass is. That pass beats the Leeds defenders. Gets in the hands of Darnell McIntosh, the big athletic Darnell McIntosh. And then he knows how to finish. Look at him, he's got that right hand out to get rid of Harry Newman. Brad Dwyer can't do anything to stop it. And Simon Wolford, yeah, we've done it. And those fans.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Well, there you go, Darnell McIntosh. No tries for nearly a year. 2 in 5 minutes. Aidan Caesar looking for his first conversion of the afternoon, but again across the face of the post. But Huddersfield still very, very impressive, leading 12-6, and I'm sure they've impressed John Wells too.
Yes, Stuart, yeah, very much so. It's been, I think, because of the change that happened when Richie Myler went off for an HIA assessment, that forced 3 positional changes, including them. Tom Briscoe starting on the right wing, he moves to the left wing, and Harry Newman, who started the right centre, moves to the right wing. Doesn't discount from the great build-up play, Golding's try assist for McIntosh's first, and then Gaskell's try assist for that lovely pass for McIntosh's second. But there's some work to do and some adjustments to do on that right-hand edge for the Leeds Rhinos, forced by that enforced loss of Richie Myler.
There's John Lewis Senior, who scored the first try. English and Caesar, and here's Kenny Edwards. Edwards been impressive, made that early mistake, of course, but he's been very influential for Huddersfield. Wardle, young Jake Wardle, 21 years of age, but to go to the very, very top of this sport. Caesar now, and Gaskell, another little short pass, but Caesar and Gaskell again, very, very influential. And to be fair, apart from that break from Luke Gale, him and Robert Louis have been pretty quiet. Caesar not able to get the ball away, and it's picked up there. I don't think there was any chance of him going the distance, but Leeds have the ball back. Cameron Smith, and now
He does a decent job here, Cameron Smith, doesn't he?
It's been great for Leeds, hasn't it, this year? And I tell you what, they needed him, didn't they? Putting pressure on the kicker. It's a turnover. It's completely changed here now the momentum of the match.
Ball again out to that left-hand side as Gale tries to find Conrad Hurrell, but he drops the ball. Well, so wonderful when he's on attack sometimes, Conrad Hurrell, free-flowing, he scored a try, but he is prone to 2 or 3 mistakes a game, isn't he?
I like to see Conrad Hurrell with the ball early because he's that big. Let him set his own line. At the line, sometimes it's difficult, and that's what Richard Agar thinks of it.
Yeah, every picture tells a story. The Leeds coach far from happy. And he won't be with the scoreline. 12-6 Huddersfield leading this game, and they really have dominated. Leeds have only had a couple of opportunities, and Gaskell was nearly away. It was an important tackle, and it had to be from Luke Gale.
That had to be 6 again, didn't he? He tackled him a second time in the legs.
Pounced on by Hurrell. Penalty against the Huddersfield Giants.
Well, they were offside. They were straight in front of the man who kicked the ball. That's what the referee's saying, Robert Hicks. So you can just see.
Bride in an offside position. Relief this for Leeds. I mean, the game has been played at quite a pace as well, isn't it? Of course, all that accentuated by the 6 again. We've seen 2 or 3 of those awarded already. Reminder, no scrums, 6 again rule. And we will see more open rugby, I'm sure. We've seen some very good rugby from the Huddersfield Giants. 14 minutes to half-time. Gale now, and not the best of passes, but picked up there by Hanley on the far side. And again, another error, this time.
An obstruction.
Yeah, obstruction. Gale involved around Ash Hanley.
Running behind the man.
Yeah.
Communication's key in rugby league. You can see that there's a bit of pressure here from the youngster Sam Wood on Luke Gale. And then Luke Gale just interferes with the man coming through. I think it was Adam O'Brien who collided with him.
Ollie Wilson, another of the Huddersfield young generation on the field, just 21 years of age. The run from Michael Lawrence. Edwards once more. Kind of carve out an opportunity for this Huddersfield side. Already won impressively at St Helens. Looking for the top of the table. Well, that was a poor pass, and Leeds will come up with the ball on their own line eventually with Luke Gale, but you feel that may have been an opportunity lost for Huddersfield.
Oh, there's some going to be tough carries here now.
Gosh, they've got the bit between the teeth, the Giants. Stuart, I'll tell you what, they didn't score. But again, they've created an overlap. They couldn't quite find the winger. They have on this side to McIntosh. They couldn't find it on the right.
Well, they were trying to do something with ball in hand, but defensively, they've been very, very good. Dwyer now. Tackle made by Sam Wood, who Terry mentioned, one for the future. Gale. But Leeds having to kick from midway inside their own half. It was still a good kick, and here is the 2-try star, Darnell McIntosh, trying to find a way through. Good tackle from his former teammate, Alex Mellor.
It's a good chase as well from the Leeds Rhinos. This Huddersfield side have really got the bit between the teeth. Been really impressed with them defensively, the way that they are looking to get off the line, intimidate the Rhinos, put a bit of whack into the defence.
Well, that's what they've done, Wardle. O'Brien again, and Matagi off the bench for the Giants. Here is Aidan Caesar. Caesar, little kick through, across comes Myler, takes it well, just about manages to stay in play, but that was a brave dive from Richie Myler, considering he's already had to go off for a head test, and important defensive play from the Leeds fullback.
It was a brave play, not only because of the players in the Huddersfield jerseys putting pressure on him, but because of where he was proximity-wise to the sideline. Leeds Rhinos looking to shift it again. Turn it back on the inside, challenging some of those bigger forwards, seeing if they've switched off on the inside.
Already the last again, and Leeds still inside their own half of the field. Gale with a spiralling kick, well taken by Ashton Golding, who must be loving every minute of this. Of course, had that injury which kept him out of the opening weeks of the season. Spent last year on loan with Featherstone, played in the £1 million game, of course, but what an impressive debut this has been thus far for Golding.
Well, he and his teammates really do seem to be suited to these conditions. It's a fast and a firm pitch, and it looks like their team have got the better footwork. They've looked quicker than their opponents, and Leeds really are under pressure here at the moment. They might ride through the period, but need to make sure that the Giants don't extend that lead.
Well, so far so good for the Giants and their coach Simon Wolford. Wolford's contract is up at the end of the year. I guess he's got to have to go and earn a new one, and if he is trying to earn a new contract, he's doing a very good job of it so far. Injury, O'Brien.
He goes on a win, Adam O'Brien. Take a knock from James Donaldson. There was nothing in, there was no foul play really. You see Cameron Smith and James Donaldson bring the Huddersfield hooker to ground. Just getting the attention now from the doctor, the physio's on as well. Just having a look at James Donaldson.
This gives everybody a chance to have a breather as well. It's been played at a heck of a pace, hasn't it? Huddersfield 12-6 up, 10 minutes to go to half-time. 3 tries to 1. Aidan Caesar yet to kick a goal. Yeah, just talking about Simon Wolford, looked like he's going to have to earn a contract if he wants to stay on as the coach of the Giants next year, and so far so good.
Well, you look at them, the start of last year, I think they lost the first 4 games. The start of this year, they lost 1 out of 5, so Simon Wolford had them in, worked them really hard over the off-season. They were ready to play in round 1. Obviously the season was cut short, and then they've come here now after the lockdown, and again they're ready to play.
Well, there is the owner, Ken Davey, who during lockdown has had to put in another substantial amount of money to keep Huddersfield going. You know, and I think it's fair to say, without the generosity of Ken Davey, Huddersfield will be in a very, very poor place. And having said all that, they're in the position they are, hoping to go top of Super League tonight with one of the smallest budgets in the competition.
Phenomenal backer of sport. Phenomenal backer.
Gaskell again. This should be a lot easier for Myler. It was under no pressure, but the welcome party is there. Turner and Aaron Murphy, who's on. Leeds just can't get outside of their own half, can they? They're not making much progress at all with ball in hand.
Stuart, they need one win, they need one quick play of the ball, because the way that Huddersfield are defending, they're so tight, so whenever someone's carrying the ball, they're running into big numbers. Big numbers and big challenges.
Yeah.
That Tom Holmes has just come on to replace Adam O'Brien. Probably be a scrum half by choice, but he's going to have to try and play hooker here. Maybe he thinks they tackle a bit higher in the middle than they do out wide.
Well, Adam O'Brien has been an 80-minute player, or was before the lockdown.
You always need cover, don't you? Injuries and accidents happen, don't they, to players? So devastating attacking player, though. Really quick, Tom Holmes. So I might add in that regard here if he can get his tackling right.
Well, here he is, the veteran Adam Cuthbertson, always dangerous with ball in hand, of course. Gale and the familiar Conrad Hurrell, like an exocet trying to get through that Huddersfield Giants defence. But Leeds, despite Huddersfield dominance, are only a try and a goal away from levelling this game in the closing stages of the first half. Huddersfield dominating, but here is Dwyer and Robert Louis looking for a way through, and Edwards and Golding again brilliantly in defence. Gale, Myler, on the last again. dart for the line from Cameron Smith. But brilliant defence once more from the Huddersfield Giants. You can see the frustration on the face of Richard Agar, but when it's really mattered, Huddersfield defensively have stepped up, and they've done it again. Good defence. It was poor attack though from the Rhinos. That crash ball that went to Cameron Smith, maybe there's some space behind those two lead runners. See, Turner gets round Conrad Hurrell. Leeds Rhinos trying themselves to just put a bit of pressure on Huddersfield. Well, it's the point that you made, Terry. It's become self-evident and more evidence as this half has gone on. Huddersfield are playing the ball a lot quicker, and I think that's something that Leeds are going to have to try and look at in the second half. They just look a bit cumbersome. Caesar. Well, he was nearly through. Robert Louis with the original tackle on halfway on the last. Gaskell again with the kick downfield, and Myler takes it on the run. Here is Harry Newman. Leeds delighted that Harry Newman is playing, the young centre, the 20-year-old was involved in a horrendous car crash yesterday on his way to training. His car was a total write-off, but he walked away from it and fit to play. Yeah, he's a good player, Harry Newman, naturally gifted. I'm glad to have him on the field. Carroll now looking to try and get the ball out, and he does to his winger Ash Hanley. Huddersfield forced to defend again. Little better this from Leeds in attack. Smith finds Cuthbertson. You always have to be aware of Adam Cuthbertson in front of the post, trying to offload. Dwyer now, and Gale. Well, obstruction, I think that may well have been obstruction. Absolutely. Yeah, Robert Hicks on the money. Good decision. And another opportunity gone. Let's have a look. Well, it's a couple of times that they've been caught out. See Alex Mellor picked his line, run straight into a Huddersfield defender, took him to ground, which obstructed him from getting to Luke Gale. So a couple of cheap penalties for Huddersfield from the mistakes from Rhinos with the ball. 5 minutes or so to half-time. The Leeds fans frustrated, I think, with the way that their side is playing. Ronnie Rhino going through all the emotions.
Well, you can sort of understand it. The team's timing's out, some of the lines that they're running are out. They've not had a lot of time to get ready for that, but it's the second time they've conceded a penalty in possession for obstruction, so not ideal when you're trying to come from behind against a team that are really primed for this performance, just looking for a ball here now.
And you'd say that they have been that dominant in this half, Huddersfield, but still only lead by 6 points. Yeah, absolutely. But what are Huddersfield doing right, and what are Leeds doing wrong? They're running hard. The half-backs are doing a decent job. And Lee Gaskell's kicking game's good. The passes that Lee Gaskell's picking out are on the money. I think going into this game, everyone was looking forward to the battle between Caesar and Luke Gale. But Gaskell again going at the line, attracting defenders, getting sat on his backside. But he's doing his job. Well, Gaskell has said openly that being able to work and train and talk to someone with the experience of Aidan Caesar has made a big difference, and it's showing in his game this season. Oliver Wilson, 21-year-old, and for a breath of fresh air, aren't they, these Huddersfield youngsters this season? Caesar with a little chip downfield. Myler, well, he had to adjust then to the bounce of the ball. Did well, Richie Myler.
For somebody who's spent their career not playing at fullback, you couldn't tell, could you, if you've never seen him play before? He's done remarkably well to be in the right position on most of the occasions and handle what's thrown at him.
Reece Martin. Lee's looking for something in the closing stages of this half. Dwyer in halfway, but there's a terrific tackle from Jake Wardle. Cuthbertson. Well, there is the offload, the familiar offload. Mellor and Hurrell looking for a way through. 3 minutes or so to go to half-time. The last one. How are they going to run it this time as Louis finds the ball to Martin, but that surely has got too much on it. And another wasted play, another disappointing last tackle play for the Leeds Rhinos.
Yeah, as soon as he kicked that, he knew that there was too much weight on it. Reece Martin, there goes McIntosh. Again, strong first carry from them.
That typifies, Stuart. You asked Terry what's the difference between the two teams. Huddersfield have played the game a bit quicker. He got the ball back into play, and they're just 1 second ahead of the Rhinos for most of the first half.
Yeah, spot on. The speed of the game suiting the Huddersfield Giants, but they are dictating the speed of the game. Well, good news for the Giants. Adam O'Brien has also passed an HIA, a head test, so he will be back presumably in the second half. Lawrence now, little ball inside for Golding. And what a debut it's been so far for Ashton Golding. Gaskell. Well, was he obstructed, or was it 9.9 for artistic impression? Well, it wasn't. The referee, Robert Hicks, was saying he was barged out of the way. Now, was it Cuthbertson? Luke Gale having a word.
No need to take him out there.
I think that's a penalty. There's no debate, is it? It's obstruction, and it's probably Aidan Caesar's first successful kick at goal here. He'll probably put 2 more points on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
Alex Miller just runs across
his
him.
former teammate. I do Lee Gaskell a disservice.
And do you know what? Even if Alex Mellor doesn't make that play, he probably can't get around Adam Cuthbertson. Adam Cuthbertson was stood straight in front of him then.
Well, for me, on the evidence of this half as well, Lee Gaskell is now showing the promise and the talent and the ability that he did
as a
back in the early days of his career. Don't forget, he played in a grand final for St Helens. Yeah. And then it all sort of fell away from him. But Gaskell has been outstanding. He's run the show in the first half, Lee Gaskell.
He's been really good. He's matured over the years. He's played in the Championship, played in Super League at a number of clubs. I say maybe playing with Aidan Caesar has really helped his game.
Well, here is Caesar after 3 earlier failures with the boot. That could be an important 2 points at the end of the game. It's now a 2-score game. Richard Agar making notes. He'll have a lot to say to his troops during half-time for sure. But Huddersfield leading by 14 points to 6. Last minute of the first half, and boy, are they good value for that lead.
They've been really good, very important.
Do hope you can join us here on Sky Sports next week when we will be back at Emerald Headingley Stadium in Leeds for round 8 of the Betfred Super League. All sides in action. A doubleheader on Saturday. Catalan's Castleford Tigers taking on the Catalan Dragons. 3:30 start on Sky Sports Arena. That will be followed by the first sight of Warrington and Hull Kingston Rovers post lockdown, 6:30 p.m. And on Sunday it all starts at 12:55 on Sky Sports Arena. Salford in action against Hull FC, who will be taken by Andy Last for the first time. Wakefield to play Wigan, 3:15 for that. And then we'll see Leeds Rhinos in action again against St Helens, the reigning champions, who got off to a great restart with a win over the Catalan Dragons. That's 6:25 p.m. on Sky Sports Arena next Sunday. It's half-time in Game 2 of this doubleheader to restart the league. The Huddersfield Giants with a 14 points to 6 half-time lead over the Leeds Rhinos. Of course, we're broadcasting from the usually noisy South Stand. COVID-19 restrictions mean there are no fans in the ground, but the cardboard cutouts have been a hit with the fans. All clubs of Super League have their cardboard cutouts here. These are Leeds Rhinos ones, some Salford. Hey, there we go. There's a big Salford fan. Actually, what jerseys has he got underneath the Salford one? That's the big question, Martin O'Fly. I can see some cherry and white poking through there.
Phil Clark looks like he's been on a diet there.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Huddersfield Giants are just taking the field here now. A word of caution for them. They had 4 wins this season. The Leeds Rhinos had 4 wins. In those 4 wins, Huddersfield Giants scoring 78 points. In those 4 wins, the Leeds Rhinos scoring 176 points. They've got just 6 in the first 40 minutes. I would expect them to challenge the Huddersfield Giants line. We will see as we cross back to Phil Clark, the Salford fan, Terry O'Connor, and they'll be led for the second half by Stuart Pike. Stuart.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. One thing is for sure, that Leeds are going to have to be a whole lot better in this second half if they are going to challenge the Giants, who did everything pretty much perfectly in that first 40 minutes. You were talking, Terry O'Connor, about the completion rate of Leeds, which was, well, let's be honest, it was woeful.
Yeah, they've really got to up that, Stuart. 56% against 86 for Huddersfield, who've created the chances. The guile of Lee Gaskell, in particular, really pulling the strings near Leeds' try line. So Leeds Rhinos, to get back into this game, they really do need to control the ball.
Turner up to halfway on the short side. Gaskell again, trying to find a way through, and nearly did. The ankle tap came from Brad Dwyer, and it had to be, but again, ball in hand, and Gaskell there not happy at all with the challenge. The follow-up from Ash Hanley. The ball goes up, and the mistake this time from Richie Myler. He's been so safe with those high kicks. But Huddersfield, again, starting this half on the front foot.
Ash Golding just getting in Richie Myler's eye line. Makes the mistake, probably one of the easiest ones to take. So again, they start the second half. Leeds Rhinos under some pressure, and the fans sat at home won't be happy. They know that this is a different Huddersfield Giants side than what they were in 2019.
If you are just tuning in and wondering why it wasn't a scrum, one of the new rules for Super League 2020 for the restart, with all the conditions going on, there are no scrums, but there are mistakes, and Huddersfield in a great position have made a mistake. It was young Ollie Wilson having got themselves into a really good position to attack that Leeds try line. No scrum, if turnover, and 6 to go.
Yeah, big raps on that.
It's going to affect the speed of the game, isn't it? As it's 6 again, Terry.
Yeah, it is. Though when he gets up and tries to play the ball, he puts on a Leeds Rhinos defender. Got a big future in the game, Wilson has.
Well, a mistake apiece at the start of this second half. It's as you were. Huddersfield have won 2 of their last 3 visits here to Headingley. But don't forget, they are the home side. This game should have been played in February, postponed because of Storm Kira. That's better. That's the offload from Cuthbertson.
Good work from James Donaldson with the tip on the support. The kick here from Gale. Will he put Golding under some pressure?
The ball went backwards, said Robert Hicks. Well, relief there for Ashton Golding against his former side.
Well, Leeds Rhinos now, this is where they do need some line speed. Ash Golding, he thought he had it, then he dropped it. Getting involved here, taking the ball forward. Nice control by Smith to turn him on his back.
How much has the pace of the game changed because of the new rules, do you feel?
I think it does up it, keeps the ball in play when scrums or when penalties are awarded. The average scrum took 22 seconds.
Well, that was Gaskell trying to find a way through again. Jordan Turner trying to stay in play, and can he stay in play? No, he can't, and that was Conrad Hurrell.
You can try all you want to stay in the field of play, but I think when Conrad Hurrell has hold here and he's heading towards the sideline, look, he did well to readjust because he was beaten. Luke Gale come in, helped him. Look, then all of a sudden he's just manhandled and bundled over. Yeah, there was some help from Mellor and Luke Gale. Well, Rich Agar, I'll be hoping there's not a problem with his quad or his hamstring.
Well, Leeds have got to be much better in this second half. Let's find out what the coaches said during that half-time break. Jenna.
Well, Richard Agar, these are his words. He said that he felt that Leeds got smacked in the mouth that first half. He believes that they just have to play much better this second half, but he is confident that they can flip it. Simon Wilford feels at times that Huddersfield didn't react quick enough to the 6 again and the quick ruck, and he's looking to tighten up those areas, but other than that, really happy with that first half.
Yeah, thanks, Janet. Will he be happy in the next couple of minutes as Leeds here with Gale and then Louis? But that's a poor pass there from Robert Louis, and it's picked up there by McIntosh. Can he go all the way down on McIntosh for a sensational hat-trick? I don't think they're going to stop the young winger. What a try from young Donald McIntosh. He hasn't scored for a year. He scored a hat-trick today, and Huddersfield are taking a firm grip on this game. Are they going to the summit of Super League?
Well, he showed a clean pair of heels then, didn't he, Darnell McIntosh? Some poor execution in the passes from the Leeds Rhinos. Created a try for that man. The ball bounces on the ground, it bounces straight up into his hands. And as soon as he gets in his hands, you knew straight away that was it. He was going to be scoring underneath the sticks. Ash Hanley and Luke Briscoe tried everything, but it just wasn't to be. Luke Gale gives it to Robert Louis, and then Robert Louis doesn't find Richie Myler, doesn't find Luke Briscoe, but what it does find is that man, Darnell McIntosh. Just look at him. Big, powerful athlete, knows exactly what he's doing. He pulls and he makes the right decision to come in. And he spots that space and he doesn't pressure himself. As soon as he picks that up, he knows that he's going to score. Nice finish as well from the winger.
A happy coach, some happy fans. And you feel as well that McIntosh had speed to burn, but he also had plenty in the tank if he needed it. Adam Caesar. Aiden Caesar with the goal, and it's 20 points to 6. What a performance this from the Huddersfield Giants. I'm sure John Wells is mighty impressed.
Thanks, Stuart. Yeah, 3 weeks most of these teams have been back in preparation for today's game, and a coach's challenge is to cover all bases, particularly with the new rule changes. Plenty of time spent on repeat defensive efforts because of the 6 again rule. Leeds' basic attacking has let them down here. 2 passes gone to ground in that attacking set. The second one fell into the hands of Darnell McIntosh, who was stood right in front of me. What impressed me the most about him in searing away 70 metres for his hat-trick was just those first 3 steps, the acceleration from the fullback come winger, outstanding.
But you felt he had more if he needed it.
Yeah, he looked like Martin of Fire, didn't he, at his best, really? That relaxed running style that you never knew. He just ran fast enough to score, and that's where McIntosh looked. Crisis talks, I would suggest, took place under the goalpost, though, by the Leeds side here. 20 points to 6 down. They cannot allow their opponents to score another point in this game to stand a chance of coming back and winning.
Well, we were talking during half-time, weren't we, that the first score would be really, really important, and Huddersfield have come up trumps. Kenny Edwards on the last then. O'Brien finds Caesar this time, drills a low kick downfield, and picked up by Myler for the Leeds Rhinos, who you feel have got to find something pretty special from somewhere, and quickly.
And when you're leading by 14 points, what that also does is give you that air of confidence to defend. They get a penalty here for a dangerous tackle on Luke Briscoe, but there's an awful lot of confidence running through the ranks in Huddersfield at the minute. You can see that McIntosh, the man of the moment, just picks his leg up, puts him above the horizontal. There's a penalty. So they're now, what, 25 metres from the line, Huddersfield. They've got to answer some questions in defence.
Well, as we said in the first half, one of the youngest squads, one of the smallest budgets, but playing plenty of heart and skill and determination and playing for their coach. Leeds, I think they have to score next. Simple as that if they want to stay in this game. Luke Gale and Cameron Smith looking for a way through. They need something from Robert Louis as well. He's been really, really quiet, the standoff for the Rhinos. Is this his moment? Charge towards the line. Cuthbertson, the offload for Dwyer. Now it's Luke Gale, but again, there's no way through. Matagi with a brilliant tackle. Here is Robert Louis, kick towards the try line, and yeah, well read by young Lewis Senior. It will be a goal line dropout for the Huddersfield Giants.
Well, there doesn't look any fatigue in that Giants defensive line. Robert Louis tries to thread the ball through to Ash Hanley. Well, that's the next best thing that Leeds Rhinos could ask for, a repeat set of 6.
And you expect that in this set of 6 tackles, in a pre-rehearsed situation, they'll have 1 or 2 plays in which they're really attempting to score, aren't they, with a combination of players running. It's a great kick, that, isn't it? Got a lot of distance here.
Yeah, monster kick from that man, Lee Gaskell. Sparkling performance from him. Here is the veteran, the 35-year-old Adam Cuthbertson. Charge forward from young James Donaldson, who's been a revelation since he moved here, hasn't he, from Kingston Rovers. Dwyer again, Smith, they go to the right. Louis with a little pass. Suspicion of a forward pass. Robert Hicks says it's okay. Leeds coming again. Gale. Now here is Conrad Hurrell, but no way through for the big man. Tries to play the ball quickly. Gale now. Cameron Smith gets past one, but O'Brien brings him down right in front of the post. Brilliant Huddersfield Giants defence. Last tackle again. Gale with a long looping pass. Hurrell with the charge towards the line. What a tackle that was from Jordan Turner. And that tackle epitomises to me what the Huddersfield Giants have been about. There's an injury on the 20. So Robert Hicks stopping play.
Yeah, doctor and physio one just checking.
Is it James Donaldson?
I think it is, Phil.
But what about this? What about that from Jordan Turner? But as I say, it epitomises what they've been all about this afternoon.
They've been strong. They've been strong. Huddersfield Giants, they've worked extremely hard with each other, looking to work in tandem there, knowing that one man's not going to take Conrad Hurrell down so close to the line. Jordan Turner doing a decent job from pressuring Hurrell from the inside. And James Donaldson.
They won't take any chances, will they?
No, no one does these days in rugby league. It's not about the player just sitting up, shaking his head saying, yeah, I'm okay. But his efforts from like mark at his kick chase pressure, his line speed in defence. He is an ultimate professional. Look at him, he was hit really hard, slammed into the ground by Murphy.
Yeah, I think the back of the head, as you say, just slammed into the grass, didn't it?
Just a whiplash, Stuart, going into the ground. Aaron Murphy started his career not far from here, just up the road at Wakefield on the wing. Now he finds himself as a dominating forward who throws his body in constantly. And James Donaldson, well, he's struggling.
Yeah, by the looks of this, they're going to have to replace him, aren't they?
Well, yeah. Leeds are struggling as well, aren't they? They've got just less than half an hour here to make up a 14-point deficit. They might do that by one of the players they've just introduced recently on the field, number 9, Cruz Leeming.
Well, what about this man? Darnell McIntosh, the hat-trick hero.
Well, he's had a good day, hasn't he? Scored a hat-trick. Look at that fabulous ball from Lee Gaskell, and then, I've said before, clean pair of heels to get under the sticks. He certainly had a game to remember.
Just saying here really that Darnell McIntosh has been sensational. Leeds now need an attacking player, and one of the reasons why they recruited Cruz Leeming to the club, he's come on with a number 9 jersey here. They hoped he'd start the season, but he didn't. He missed that with injury here. Now he's back onto the field, and he was known, Terry, wasn't he, as an incredible attacking option when he was at Huddersfield. I think the reason why they brought him here to spark Leeds in the middle of the field.
Oh, he's got speed. He's so dynamic. His footwork as well, and you just get one of those quick play the balls, and Cruz Leeming will be off. And you've obviously got to pick and choose when you run, and Richard Agart knows his side now are up against it, really. They've got 30 minutes to go in this game. They've got 14 points to score. Looks like they're losing James Donaldson. He won't be back, which will restrict the substitutions and what he's got left on the bench.
Well, as you say, they won't take any chances. Donaldson tried to get up, didn't he, and play on, but he obviously was wobbly on his legs, looked very, very woozy, and they will take all the time they need to make sure that he has all the treatment that he needs.
Players don't mind from either side as well when there's a man on the ground, and obviously you see him injured, he tries to get up, the doctor saying no, you can't get up. You let the medics do the work. The time takes the time, and as long as that James Donaldson's looked after, gets off the field, we'll just wait for that to happen. But I'm sure as well that you'll see that the Leeds players, Stuart, just congregating, talking in the little groups on what they want, what they should be looking for in the last 30 minutes.
Well, this, of course, the big restart, the big kickoff Next weekend we are back here at Headingley. 5 big games, double-header on the Saturday. Castleford against Catalan, Warrington playing Hull Kingston Rovers. That's on Sky Sports Arena. And then on Sunday, 3 games, Salford against Hull FC, Wakefield and Wigan, and then a huge game to round off the weekend, Leeds against St Helens. That's on Sunday, again on Sky Sports Arena. So
we can deduce from that Huddersfield get a rest next weekend, don't they? There's no game for them. A win here for them today is significant.
Yeah, Huddersfield should have been playing the Toronto Wolfpack next weekend, but they will get a weekend off and they'll get time to regroup. The Giants' next game is on Saturday week, when they will play Warrington at St Helens TW Stadium. As we mentioned, next up for Leeds, back here at Headingley next Sunday against St Helens. But worrying moments for Leeds and for James Donaldson, and worrying for the coach Richard Agar. I'm sure Jenna will be able to get us more news to find out how he is, but just doing the right thing, taking no chances. And Cruz Leeming, as we say, is on finally for his Huddersfield debut. Robert Hicks just waiting for the stretcher to take Donaldson off down to the Leeds dressing room. A sad sight. We hope he's okay. Half an hour for Leeds to turn this around against the Huddersfield side, who, well, let's be honest, they've been brilliant.
Yeah, they've been exceptional. The big forwards have certainly laid the platform. And when they've needed that bit of class, the bit of speed, they've had Gaskell, they've had Daniel McIntosh, who they're going out to again.
Yeah, all over the park. McIntosh again. That's his first ever Super League hat-trick, by the way. As I say, when you've not scored a try for 12 months, that's the way to do it.
Oh, what a pass there from Edwards.
Brilliant offload there from Edwards, and Wardle trying to find a way through on the last, and the referee is going to give a penalty.
I think you're going to see that more, aren't you? Teams attacking down a very close to the sideline. They call them short sides in rugby here. Look, there's only 10 metres in from touch, but they know they've got more attackers than there are defenders, and they've taken full advantage of that space and speed.
What about that ball from Kenny Edwards? A little flick pass.
What a ball. You know, he made that mistake, Edwards, in the first half, but since then he's been outstanding.
You look, when he passes that ball, that's not a fluke. He runs straight at Robert Lou. He knows exactly what he's doing. Then he flicks it out. He is a class player, an aggressive player as well, Edwards.
O'Brien, as the Giants come again. Ashton Golden. Boy, would he love to score today against his former club on his Huddersfield debut. Aaron Murphy, as Terry mentioned, once a flying winger, but very effective in his new role in the second row. Wilson charges for the line. Well, these are really key moments in this game. Another Huddersfield try, and you just couldn't see a way back for Leeds. Caesar and Gaskell with a little kick through. McIntosh was racing towards that, looking for a fourth, and you have to say that's probably the first poor kick that we've seen from Lee Gaskell all game.
I think his game management has been really high-end in this game, Lee Gaskell. He injects himself into the attacking line at the right moments, takes control, bosses people around the ruck, even when he's not touching the ball, calling the short side players on because he sees some space.
Well, Robert Louis up to halfway. Here is Cruz Leeming. Nightmare for Leeming. 7 years at Huddersfield. And moved here, suffered a fractured kneecap. With a chance to influence things now as Reece Martin tries to find a way through the offload. And here is Mellor, Alex Mellor. Been one of the shining lights for me for the Leeds Rhinos so far today. Edging ever closer. Luke Gale now with a little chip through, and well, that was really well read by Kenny Edwards. And the referee here will give I think it was a high tackle by Luke Gale, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Kenny Edwards, he gets himself into a decent position. The kick from Luke Gale, there was a high shot. The referee calls it straight away. Look at him, he seems to come from nowhere. Richie Myler just over the top. And Richie Myler was the man who was penalised, not the second effort by Luke Gale.
One. Move now. Hold me.
Yeah, two penalties in one. Huddersfield. 25 minutes to go.
Hold.
Deservedly leading here by 20 points to 6 as Caesar looks for a way through and nearly managed to get the offload to young Jake Wardle. Mightily impressed with the way that Huddersfield have gone about it. They've been quietly confident all week, you know.
6 again.
6 again. So the tackle count is cleared. The 6 again now becomes a penalty. A high shot there from Matt Pryor, and more errors now are creeping in to the Leeds Rhinos game. They're looking a bit tired and changing.
Well, running half's always a dangerous sign, isn't it, Ed and Caesar? Richard Agar knows that his side just have not respected the ball enough. They give away penalties. There's been repeat sets of 6 as well that they've had to contend with. When they've looked to shift the ball's gone on the floor, whereas this Huddersfield side, they've looked really good value in this afternoon.
One. Move now. Hold here. Hold. Go on.
Oh, the mistake from Michael Lawrence. And Leeds have it back. We haven't seen too many errors from Huddersfield today.
No.
Vital defensive set though for Leeds there. They couldn't afford to concede. The hopes of victory would have been diminished, but here they are. They're still alive here with offloads and the pace they've got. I like Ash Handley. He can get himself into the game. Things happen around him. He scores tries, he creates tries. They need a spark in attack. Pushing himself up close to possession. In fact, he's got his hands on it here now, playing the dummy half.
The Leeds are going to have to speed things up, aren't they? Cruz Leeming could be the man to do that. Smith and Louis, the inside ball for Reece Martin. But the clock is against them. Hanley moving into the line. But Huddersfield's defence has been outstanding for the most part today. Here is the Australian Matt Pryor. But there's nowhere for him to go on the last tackle. Louis, that's a good pass out. Chance here for Newman. And the referee will say that was brilliant defence again from the Huddersfield Giants. I think Newman was looking for a penalty for a possible high shot, but Huddersfield again.
He did well to ride that tackle, Harry Newman, because he was hit with some force, wasn't he? Leeds Rhinos trying to force Huddersfield over the try line. They can't quite get down on McIntosh over the line. Another 6 as well. Here they've got to contend with.
Yeah.
You know what you've got to, when you're getting beat in a game and there's 23 minutes to go, you've got to get back to what your game plan was when you initially came into the game. Things have gone against you. Yeah, that wasn't in the game plan. What was your initial thoughts 5 minutes before the kickoff? Because that's how you need to play. If you believe that you were going to win the game, you've got to get back to that mindset.
Go on, Adam O'Brien. Good
O'Brien. He tried the offload to Wardle, didn't quite work. That's the way that Huddersfield are playing their rugby.
Well, I think Adam O'Brien's improved partly because the coach who he plays for used to be a hooker, and I think that's an advantage. He's probably given a bit more time and attention. And if any player to improve, it seems to have been O'Brien. He's come back on the field. He had the bang on the head. It's clearly okay. It was an ambitious but an entertaining offload. Sadly, Jake Wardle couldn't take it.
Well, as we approach the hour mark, it really is now or never, you feel, for the Leeds Rhinos against this stubborn Huddersfield Giants defence. Louis inside for Pryor, but again there's no way through. Superb from Matty English again, who's been one of the standout players for the the Giants youngsters. Cruz leaving there for Cuthbertson, who will try to offload. He does offload, but pounced on again by the Giants. Aaron Murphy reading the situation beautifully. Another Leeds mistake and another superb defensive play from the Huddersfield Giants, who are now going to get a penalty.
Well, renowned for his offloads, isn't he, Adam Cuthbertson, looking to get that ball away. Aaron Murphy spots it. It's a loose offload, it goes on the ground, and referee Robert Hicks just calling out the captain, Luke Gale.
Hey, I'm going to deal with this. Oh, OK, we'll
Let's have words with him.
I'll talk to him. OK, mate. Several of the penalties in this half, they're all high tackles. We've got Cruz leaving here, we've got one down here. The one with Harry Newman, which was a flop, was also contact with the head. That's 3. You know where you're going next if you carry on with those. Get him downstairs.
Well, there's the warning from the referee, Robert Hicks. Cruz Leeming, the guilty man, against his former club. I think that's as unofficial a team warning as you could probably get. Robert Hicks basically saying another high shot and the man will be in the sin bin.
Well, it's clear direction, isn't it, from the referee? Any more of it and you're going to be a player down for 10 minutes.
Well, we saw the unfortunate James Donaldson stretch it off 4 or 5 minutes ago. We hope he's all right. Jenna can update us.
Yeah, I actually have some good news. He has walked out. He's currently sitting in the dugout. He was walking very gingerly. He does look extremely sore. I've been told it's a lower back injury, but it is not serious.
Good news for Leeds, good news for James Donaldson. But it's bad news for the Leeds Rhinos on the pitch. Another set restart here for the Giants, and the penalties now are really stacking up, aren't they, against the Leeds Rhinos, and are they going to pay the price? The pressure is coming again from the Giants. Here is Edwards, who's been another of the standout players for Huddersfield so far. O'Brien goes on his own, and his former teammate Cruz Leeming had to be quick to read the danger. Edwards now at dummy half. Gaskell goes for the line himself on the last. The way that Huddersfield have been playing, is that a penalty? It is a penalty, barging the player off the play the ball, and it's penalty after penalty after penalty, and it all means pressure, and more pressure.
It's what tackle they're giving the penalty away. Again, that was the last tackle that they've given another set of 6 away to Huddersfield.
Here, couldn't it? On the last tackle, the interference, he's pushed backwards, isn't he, there by Myler? They're going to tap the ball here. We'll go again and find the kill.
Yeah, absolutely. One more try, you feel, with 20 minutes to go. And it'll be game up, you feel, for the Leeds Rhinos. Sam Wood again towards the line. O'Brien and Caesar. And Ashton Golding gets away from Luke Gale. It was nearly a dream try and a dream debut for Golding. O'Brien now, but there's the interception, but he was offside. The frustration. Total frustration from Ash Hanley. And that descent means that Ash Hanley is going to the sin bin for 10 minutes. And the frustration boiling over.
Just a yard, and Leeds are back in the game. I'm not sure anyone would have caught Ash Hanley. And that's the discipline of just staying onside. You could see he was off by a couple of yards. The referee had already spotted him. He was facing that way.
I tell you what, I'd like to look at that again here when the ball's played. Does he have a foot on the try line? He wasn't that. I don't think he was as far as what you imagine. His foot there. The ball's been played at that point. Well, need some luck.
It's a close call, but Leeds are down to 12 men. That came off a Leeds hand. Yeah, knocked the ball out of O'Brien's hands. So it will be another set for the Huddersfield Giants. They must have conceded 5 or 6 penalties on the spin.
They've had some pressure to contend with here, haven't they?
Wait, time off. You're going in and up. You don't have to.
He's just having a word with Cruz Leeming to see if he's actually going to go in. And
well, he's buying time, isn't he? Standing offside, so the referee can't restart the game.
Jordan Turner. 18 minutes for Leeds to do something about this. But Huddersfield again have been so dominant. The target again right in front of the post. Adam O'Brien will run the rule. So will Adam Caesar. Caesar gets the ball out to Senior. All hail Caesar for Huddersfield, and all hail Lewis Senior, who scores a try which will surely now send Huddersfield to the top of Super League.
Well, it's hard to defend when you've got 13 players on the field, so close to your try line. But when you're down to 12, there's an inevitability that overlap, that the extra man will be found, especially when you've got players with the eyes and vision that Aidan Caesar has. Obviously, they're offside at the play of the ball, and that came as an accumulation of penalties here. Actually, it's only just as he set off too soon, and it is a good job too for the Huddersfield side. His frustrations earned him a rest in the sin bin. 10 minutes with a yellow card, and then Huddersfield's brilliance here, and Caesar's eyes show him where the space is going to be, exactly where Ash Hanley should be stood on the left wing. Very clever from an experienced player, exploiting the gap and turning that advantage, taking full advantage of the extra man.
And all 5 Huddersfield tries have been scored by their wingers.
Well, that shows that they play and they like to move the ball. Normally, you look at them over the years and you think, yeah, they just want to play high completions. And the Huddersfield fans, well, haven't they had a good evening supporting their side from home?
Well, the man in the middle could hardly believe it.
He'd been listening to John Wells before the game and thought they had no chance.
What a performance from the Huddersfield Giants. Aidan Caesar. Looks like he's curled it in beautifully. He has. Caesar with the goal. 26 points to 6. The Huddersfield Giants lead. Would you believe it? But you have to say, they have produced one of the performances of the Super League season so far. Like some of the Leeds fans are walking out.
He's going off. He's going to bed already, isn't he? But the movement from Aidan Caesar and Gaskell behind the ruck before they throw that money ball, like they time it to perfection. Adam O'Brien as well, the communication they've got, and Ash Hanley will be disappointed. Like I said before, a yard, and all of a sudden he stays behind and they're back in the game. He scores the try.
Well, if Simon Wolford is wondering about a new contract, and Huddersfield are wondering about whether to offer him a new contract, he's going about it, and his players are going about it as well. I think they're showing the Huddersfield hierarchy that they want their coach to stay. But this has been a fabulous performance. You really do struggle to find fault with the way that Huddersfield have played.
It's been a team performance led by the halves. Said before, foundations have been laid, but the speed that they've got as well on the edges.
Of talking of the halves, a great kick from Caesar, putting Richie Myler under pressure. It's been a tough old afternoon at the office for Richie Myler. He's had a head injury and he's been peppered by both Aidan Caesar and Lee Gaskell. Was that an injury?
Well, a couple of the Huddersfield players have gone down. Is it the Harry Newman? Is he kicking out as he's trying to get up, play the ball? Adam O'Brien and Matty English, the players that are down on the ground.
Let's have a look.
He knows that he needs a quick play of the ball. The players are coming in. He's getting a bit of afters by Wood. There's a penalty to Leeds at that point. So he's frustrated. He wants to get up. He wants to play that ball. He knows that if it's a slow play of the ball, that those Huddersfield defenders are going to just cram in and make it harder for his teammate on the next play.
But they've got 14 minutes. I think Richard Agar will be really disappointed, especially in this second half. Leeds' discipline has been poor, let's be honest.
Yeah, not to score a point, make some mistakes, is it? Well, they've got a penalty here. Leeds Rhinos. Luke Gale just gets it out of field as quick as he can, trying to organise something on the left-hand side.
Well, the ball comes out of the tackle backwards, it says, from Martin. Here's Louis. Oleski brought down. What can Cruz Leeming do? 6 again, the referee says. Interference at the play, the ball. Pryor. And again, it's that Matt Murphy in with a crunching tackle. Here is Cruz Leeming.
They are absolutely flying in. Huddersfield.
Reminds me of you in your pomp. Hardly. Gale, though. Gale will go for the line. And Luke Gale gets a try. Is it a try to get Leeds back in the game? Or is it a try that's pure consolation? We shall see. Leeds have got 12.5 minutes to turn this around, but Luke Gale gives them a smidgen of hope.
Well, that's it. They needed a score. They've only got 13 minutes to go. Luke Gale just pumps the ball. He goes his favoured left side. He's renowned for his attack on the left edge. And good work as well from Mellor. He attracted a couple of defenders, created that space for Luke Gale to go in. Is there a comeback, Stuart?
Well, it would be one of the best comebacks in Super League history, given the circumstances. Reece Martin, well, he puts that one wide. I think pure and simple, because he was rushing.
Well, you can understand that a little bit. They need 3 converted tries, don't they? We've seen that occasionally, probably once or twice in the last 25 years. You need your leaders, though, to lead, and Luke Gale's tried his best here now to spark a revival. It is possible here. You sometimes see, every now and again, tries from kick-off situations like this. They're going to have to take some risks, offload the ball, keep it alive, and support as best as possible. Another injury here now to Aaron Murphy, so the Giants are running out of healthy bodies.
Well, Leeds simply have got to score 3 times in the last 12 minutes, so it would be a heck of a comeback. Yeah, he just rolled over on his shoulder, didn't he, as he was trying to stop Luke Gale. And Murphy, since he's come on, his tackling has been ferocious.
Could he leave the field over the dead ball line? I don't know what the medical protocol is, but it seemed to make a lot of sense to me that now what he's doing.
Well, they won't let Huddersfield kick off until he's off the field. There is Simon Wolford, Luke Robinson, the former Huddersfield star, one of his assistants behind. Simon Wolford, give all his players a pat on the back, I'm sure, but the coach has done a fine job this last 3.5 weeks, for sure, to get his team ready to put in a performance like this.
Well, just telling him to calm down as well, and the doctor's now having a little look at Jordan Turner, who's got a bit of a problem. Call for some help. And he's going off with a head knock as well, Jordan Turner. So Aaron Murphy, Jordan Turner off. In the last few minutes, Simon Wolford just telling his players that they need to calm down.
Getting animated. He knows that they are closing in on what would be a famous win, but closing in on the top of Super League as well, which would be a phenomenal performance. Defeated only once this season by Wigan. And talking to people in the Huddersfield camp this week as Jordan Turner makes his way off, they reckon that their win against St Helens 12-10 just before the lockdown was as good as they played in a long time. I would suggest that this is even better.
Yeah, 2 good wins. If they go on to win this, that'll give them big confidence boost going forward for the remaining part of the season. Leeds Rhinos just forcing the ball here.
They've got to gamble as Hurrell sets the ball away, and a chance may be here for Newman. Newman does well. Can he offload it to Hurrell? He can. Is the gamble going to pay off? The charging run from Conrad Hurrell. And now, for the first time in this match, you feel Leeds have the tails up. Cameron Smith and Robert Louis is the space on the far side for Briscoe. Briscoe goes for the line. Has Briscoe got a sensational try for the Leeds Rhinos? He got the ball down, but did he manage to stay in play? Robert Hicks reckons he does, and it really could be game on. What a play from the Leeds Rhinos.
Do you know, he's strong, Luke Briscoe. Played a lot of rugby as a kid in the back row, played in the forwards, played at half-back. Look at this for the finish. Wow.
What a score.
Wow. Luke Briscoe.
The heel is just off the touchline, isn't it?
It started with the youngster on this side for me, Harry Newman. Again, showed a lot of power to break free.
Well, there we go. We said that they're going to have to produce something special. We said that they would have to gamble.
Well, they are doing it, and it could well pay off for them here, because the Huddersfield side, they're dropping around, players dropping out left, right and centre, and they might just run out of troops. There's no denying that Leeds, pre-lockdown, were the best entertainers. They scored more tries than anybody else here. They're just about to show us why. Reece Martin has another difficult kick here. The video ref, though, has given him a bit of extra time here to get his heart rate down, improve his chance of nailing this one.
Off the touchline, Reece Martin. Yeah, just to the right of the post, so 26 points to 14. The equation is the same. 2 tries to force golden extra points.
Well, maybe this is the way that they've got to play for the final 10 minutes. Just shift the ball from side to side. To get them in this position, Harry Newman come up with a brilliant run, got a decent offload away to Conrad Hurrell, who scattered a couple of players, then they shifted it. The Leeds fans now, do they believe in the final 10 minutes that they're going to go ahead and win this game?
Well, it's taken them 65 minutes, hasn't it, to come alive, but alive they are, and we've got a great finish on our hands. A 12-point ball game. Let's go pitch side. And John.
Yeah, 2 tries from the Leeds Rhinos in 2 minutes. I tell you, you can't wait, fans, until you can come back in and see this. I've got a front row seat and saw Luke Briscoe stop and go again on the outside of Joe Wardle. Outstanding stuff and a superb finish. Is this a comeback for the ages?
Well, it would be for sure, John, the way that Leeds have played for 75% of this game, but they're now producing their best rugby, and they've got a penalty. Yeah. This is a real high-cut field. 11-4 the penalty count in Huddersfield's favour before that, but Huddersfield have now conceded the last 3 penalties, and the pressure is starting to build on the Giants.
It just shows what a bit of field position in the scoreboard can do.
Those penalties very often end up quite close, though, don't they, at the end of the match? They might be lopsided at one point.
Hold, go.
What a finish we're going to have. Here is Matt Pryor. And the Giants are going to have to really regather here. They've lost 2 or 3 players to injury. They've had to rethink things, and Leeds are thinking things on this near side with Conrad Hurrell, but another brilliant tackle, this time from the young man Sam Wood. Gale now for the Rhinos. Pryor again. Can't find a way through. Quebec with the tackle along with Matagi. Couple of tackles left in this set for Leeds. Cruz Leeming and Luke Gale. Gale with the blind pass out. Charge for the line. Has Mellon got the ball down? Alex Mellon, he thinks he scored. Robert Hicks thinks he scored, and he has scored. And it's 3 tries in 5 minutes for the Leeds Rhinos. Would you believe this?
Absolutely not. Wow. Richard Agar. I don't know what message has been sent down to Leeds in the last 5 minutes. But I never expected this. Goes to the former Huddersfield player in Alex Mellor. Picks a really strong line. Gets straight over the top. I think it's Wood. Golding tries everything to hold him up. The little second effort. And the referee, Robert Hicks, says, yes, that's a try. Is this a conversion?
It is from Reece Martin. After 65 minutes, the Huddersfield Giants led by 26 points to 6. 7 minutes later, Alex Mellor gets 3 tries, the 3rd try rather, in the space of 7 minutes against his former club. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, really, the Rhinos
let's be honest, none of us saw this coming.
No.
That's why we love this sport.
Well, they've done remarkably well here now, and this is a test of Huddersfield's character and confidence. Belief here now. They've walked back here nervously now to the halfway line. The referee blowing penalties in favour of Leeds has clearly helped the Rhinos roll downfield, got into position. That repeated possession has put some points on the board, and we've got a fantastic finish to the restart of Super League.
An unbelievable finish in many ways. So when Lewis Senior got his second try, and Aidan Caesar put up over the goal at 26 points to 6. We were just thinking about how many Huddersfield would win by, but full credit here to the Leeds Rhinos. They got that try out of nothing from Luke Gale. And then the brilliant finish from Luke Briscoe. Alex Mellor against his former side, and here come the Rhinos on a roll up to halfway. Pryor brought down, 6 points in it, 6 minutes to go.
They're making great meters, aren't they, the Rhinos? Some good carries, good offloads.
Well, Huddersfield have had the ball for 10 minutes and they may not get it again. Ball inside from Headingley, and he's passed it straight to Lee Gaskell. I was sure it was going to be another try for the Leeds Rhinos. Gaskell, Johnny on the spot to deny Ash Hanley and deny the Leeds Rhinos.
Just a bit of desperation. He should have had confidence in himself to even kick the ball. Couldn't get that ball to him because of the defenders from Huddersfield.
Well, they can't get out to the 1 quarter here, though. They're in big danger now of being forced. Would that be a penalty, lifted into a dangerous position? He didn't blow it.
Yeah, leaning on Golding. And, well, the Leeds fans can hardly believe it. Richard Agar could hardly believe it. A relieving kick downfield, picked up by Myler. 5 minutes to go, and it has turned into a pulsating game. We were talking about Huddersfield going top. If Leeds could turn this round incredibly, they would go top. But in the context of the game, they were being totally outplayed. To be this close and in with a chance of winning is incredible. Here is that try scorer, Mellor. We mentioned Hazard, was he lost the ball then?
I think it was stripped.
Oh, it's a penalty, it's been stripped. And a penalty there against his former teammate Sam Wood. And all of a sudden, talk about a huge momentum shift. You're seeing one here.
You can't see Huddersfield holding them out here now as they get near this line. I think the confidence is shattered. Luke Gale's been very impressive in his maturity and his calm approach. They offload the ball again here now.
Robert Louis with the mistake. Richard Agar exasperated.
They'll be frustrated with each other. Good offload, wasn't it, from Cam Smith?
Lack of concentration.
Cruz Lehman, for me, Cruz Lehman, if he goes and just disrupts them a bit, we look to get that quick play of the ball instead of going lateral just for moving the ball for moving its sake.
I'll tell you what it does do. It makes you think how important that tackle by Ashton Golding on Richard Myler was at the start of the game, the try saver.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Very good point, Phil, as we go into the last 4 minutes. We saw St Helens put down a marker with a convincing win over the Catalan Dragons, and we are seeing the Huddersfield Giants and Leeds Rhinos produce an absolute thriller. Enthralling. Huddersfield for 65 minutes were every bit as good as any performance that we've seen certainly this year in the truncated season that we have had. Leeds have found a way back. Gabbett now for the Giants. Caesar not taking any chances on that far side. On the last 3.5 minutes, it's a nervous Simon Wolford. The kick goes up from Gaskell. The pressure on. Brilliant take.
Taken in the air.
Myler taken in the air there by...
And that's that bit of discipline that you need. McIntosh has created some column inches in this game, hasn't he? Unfortunately gives a penalty away. Leeds Rhinos just want to get on with the play. They want to kick the ball into touch. Richie Myler, when he goes up for it, he's got to be able to come down and land on the ground. Taken illegally.
No, can't throw it off. Wait.
And again, a quick fire set of 6 here from the Rhinos.
We don't mind a bit of passion. Not in this situation. with the game so close.
Hold, go on.
Well, Phil Clark has the unenviable task of choosing the man of the match. He can't make that decision yet. There's still 3 minutes to go. There still could be a man of the match winning performance out there. 2.5 minutes for Huddersfield to hang on, and that's exactly what they're doing at the moment as Cuthbertson trying to find a way to offload.
Oh, that's a big carry.
Cuthbertson style. Takes 3 of them to bring Cuthbertson down. Luke Gale now. Gale, ball out for Hurrell. Hurrell for the line. Hurrell, has he got the try? Incredible! Absolutely incredible! Conrad Hurrell gets the try. They were down and out after 65 minutes. And now Reece Martin will have a kick to level up this game. Go figure. Sensational return for Super League. Sensational comeback from the Leeds Rhinos.
Incredible. Reece Martin's thinking, well, couldn't you have got me closer? And I suppose it's down to me now. Look at this. Unbelievable effort from the big man, Conrad Hurrell. We know what a powerful player he is. And when you want your big players to step up, I think in the last 10 minutes, Leeds Rhinos' big players have stepped up. They know that they've been outplayed for 65 minutes, but the last 13 minutes have been incredible. And look at the reaction from their Huddersfield fans. They'll be gutted.
Wow, what a big kick. What a big kick. To level it up with a minute to go. Reece Martin. Here he comes. Oh, it's a beauty, an absolute beauty. Nerves of steel from Reece Martin. 26-6 down, and they scored 20 points in a little over 10 minutes.
Remarkable. Luke Gale's done as well. He's got his hands on the ball, and they know the man to get it to. Conrad Hurrell. Wow, what about if the South Stand had been here now to enjoy this with him? That kick gives us possibly here now, takes us into golden time. And just how must the Huddersfield side be feeling here now?
Do you know, normally in the South Stand there's the band with the trumpet and the drums. I wouldn't want to be living next door to them now.
Golden point is 45 seconds away, and it seems to be an incredible scenario.
Well, they're going to hunt a mistake here, Huddersfield.
Would you believe it?
No.
Fantastic entertainment for the restart of Super League. Hey, but Leeds think they can win it in normal time. 25 seconds to go. But Huddersfield, who were a 10 out of 10. 10 out. Oh, he's got the ball. It is a knock-on. Now then, they'll have to try and regroup. They'll have to try and regroup here and stop the clock. They will play. They're going to have one play. Time off. One play.
4 seconds. Where's Caesar? He's just setting up. Where's Gaskell? Is it going to Gaskell? Big chase here.
Ball goes back to Caesar. Caesar now out to the far side for Wardle. Wardle tries the drop goal attempt from halfway. Well, it certainly got the distance, but it didn't have the accuracy. Well, now it's the kick forward from Newman. The chase is on. What a dramatic, incredible finish. It's still not over. Gaskell will surely have to go to ground. No, he won't. Gaskell's still going. He's still going. Lee Gaskell. Luke Gale finally brings him down. And that brings to the end an unbelievable 80 minutes of Super League. Simon Wolford is crestfallen. Richard Agar is gobsmacked. That's how good it's been. We have golden point, extra time. Well, Huddersfield cannot believe it. Lee Gaskell and the Huddersfield players had it won with 15 minutes to go, leading 26 points to 6. And then all of a sudden, Leeds turn on the style.
If you want to wear any shirt now on the field, I think you want to be in the Leeds Rhinos shirt, because they're the team that seem to have all the confidence. Don't take away the likes of what Gaskell and Caesar can do. Going for that 1 point. but all the confidence in the final 13 minutes is with Leeds Rhinos.
Well, breathtaking, breathless, and quite simply brilliant. Fantastic entertainment. There's the hero, Conrad Hurrell. And don't forget, Leeds had done the most of this, down to 12 men, because Ash Hanley was in the sin bin. And Conrad Hurrell with the try to bring it within 2. And how about that for courage from Rhys Martin? And how about that from a reaction from the Leeds fans? They were beaten. They were beaten.
No, we talked at half-time about the missed conversions that Eden Caesar had, didn't he? For the first 3 tries he scored, he couldn't get one of them over. They were all 4 points, not 6. They've won the toss here in Golden Point. They've elected to kick off rather than receive possession. And they're going to kick from right to left now, hoping that they can control and contain Leeds. Let's not hope it's all over in one set.
Well, Lee Gaskell gets us underway. And a real nail-biter! Well, the ball, I think, was knocked on by the Giants. Well, Lady Luck on the shoulder of Richie Myler as Gavette came in. The bouncing ball.
It was a wicked kick, wasn't it? Just dropped short. It made a play for it. Knocked the ball forward.
26-all. 26-all. Incredible that we're actually saying it's 26-all.
They're going to get close enough, aren't they, in this set here, for somebody like Luke Gale to have a go.
Well, Luke Gale, of course, scored one of the most famous drop goals in Super League history.
He's not gone, is it?
Against St Helens in the Super League semi-finals, but that's a knock-on, I think, by Aaron Cuthbertson. And now the chance goes to the Huddersfield Giants in terrific field position, just lost possession, and look who it was. It was Matty English with the challenge. Wow. Is this going to be the finale for the Huddersfield Giants? Are we going to get in field position to try and win this game? Kenny Edwards leaves scoring 20 unanswered points in a little over 10 minutes to get back into this game. Here is Caesar and Gaskell. And has the feeling here that Huddersfield are just trying to set this up. Lawrence driven back. And Brian now for English. They're getting closer. They're getting closer. Will it go to Caesar? It is going to go to Caesar. Caesar back to Gaskell. Lee Gaskell will try the drop goal attempt. And it's wide. It goes wide of the right upright. First chance to Huddersfield. Leeds breathe a huge sigh of relief. They will now get the opportunity. What a challenge.
Harry Newman.
He's got to be the bravest rugby league player in this country, Adam O'Brien. Oh. Gosh.
Well, they get 7 tackles here now, Leeds Rhinos.
We felt that 200 yards away.
Wow. Harry Newman's the man who's gone down as well.
Robert Louis. Rhys Martin, the hero with the boot. Cuthbertson.
He'll keep
Cuthbertson playing it safe.
He'll keep that nice and tight. Harry Newman's okay now. That was a huge collision.
In the history of Super League, we have seen some amazing comebacks. We have. And you have to say this would be right up there if Leeds can somehow win this, for the position they were in, but also the way they were playing. Luke Gale. Yeah, you remember that drop goal, don't you? Against St Helens in the Super League semi-finals. Leeds there were looking for a penalty.
I think some of the Leeds players were looking for a penalty from the high shot as it gathered. Then drops back underneath. Well, certainly contact. You have seen penalties awarded for tackles like that. Look, steps off his left. He's hit round the chops.
Well, just to add to the drama, the clock isn't working. The clock is broken. So the timekeeper doing it on the stopwatch will keep you posted for 2 periods of Golden Point extra time.
That's 5 minutes, isn't it, each period?
5 minutes each period. We reckon there's about a minute and a half or so to go in the first period of Golden Point.
And you, Mike, now you go up as well. Before, don't walk forward, Alex, play there, mate.
Well, just the apology, Alex Miller accepting it. Saying, oh, this is the last play that they've got, they're going to go for it.
On the last then, on the last, it goes back to Luke Gale. Gale puts up the kick. Has Gale managed to win it? Incredible! Luke Gale is the hero for the Leeds Rhinos. You cannot, simply cannot believe what has happened. Leeds are going to the top of Super League after one of the most dramatic games you will see in the history of the competition. Down and out. Now it's Huddersfield who are down and broken.
That is one of the craziest games I have ever seen. 15 minutes ago, or 15 minutes to go in the game, you think, not a chance.
Look at that.
Then they get the going to Golden Point. Then they're the team that's playing on the front foot. Then the fans are playing at home watching it, and look at them. They're going mad. They can't believe it themselves. Those die-hard